Bag full of winter clothes? What does that mean, babe?
Summertime, well, we're going to places that are a lot warmer. It is probably the coldest day since we've been in Europe. And we are regretting leaving our winter stuff.
But we weren't expecting to go out today.
Thank you, Instagram poll, for motivating us.
We forgot how beautiful this city is. Today marks the start of a very long travel week.
We are headed from Dresden to Berlin,
where we're gonna spend Christmas, but we're not gonna film because I just wanna spend Christmas with him. See you in Berlin. Good morning from Berlin. The reason for my bedhead is because we woke up this morning to some news that our Airbnb host in Budapest has canceled on us. We're supposed to be leaving today for Budapest, but I think Nick has figured out what we're going to do, how we're gonna get there, but it means, unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to film in Budapest. Good morning from Budapest.
and it is a cold, icy morning.
And you might be confused because we weren't gonna go out and film today. We were gonna go directly to our next destination, but you know what? We have 20 hours in Budapest. I put a post on Instagram to see if people thought we should stay at the hotel or go into city center, and everyone said go to city center, so
we slept for 4.5 hours.
but we have to make it on this next bus in 7 minutes, so let's go.
So this is how you get from the airport to city center. You take the bus 100E. We heard it's about €3-ish. Takes about 30 minutes.
No?
No.
Only for 200.
200.
Okay.
Well, we missed the bus because we bought a 24-hour Metro pass, but this was a special bus. Make sure you get the special airport shuttle bus, which is 900 forint, which you can buy at one of these machines.
So that was not only very easy and much cheaper than a taxi would be in probably the same amount of time.
That's the 24-hour pass. Oh. That's the 24-hour pass. It was about €5, and I think it's gonna be worth it because it is a pretty big city, so if you're only here for a short period of time, make sure to get this ticket.
So we made it to our first destination for the day. The reason I wanted to start here is because these statues are the 7 soldiers that founded Budapest. And Budapest is actually separated between 2 different cities with a river.
How was that?
I think that my fingers have frostbite for that, so I hope it actually came out pretty well because that's my first hyperlapse.
There's a little Christmas market. We're not done with Christmas yet. It is the 28th, but there's still Christmas markets. They have turtlenecks here. Should I get one? Only if it has Nutella in it. I'm hungry for some turtleneck. No, not good. It wasn't good.
Unfortunately for her, we don't have any forint. So we've actually been to Budapest before. That's why we were kind of skeptical on coming into the city. As we started to walk down this Christmas market, it all came back to us. This is the Christmas market where we had our favorite Christmas market food.
But if I can't get my turtleneck because he doesn't want to take out forint, then he can't get his sandwich that he's been dreaming about for 5 years. Because he doesn't want to take out any forint.
And the reason for that is because our debit card allows us 5 free global ATM reimbursements, which is the aspiration card.
It's pretty cool.
Not an ad. Hashtag not an ad. But I have to plan that out to every country that I would go to, and I have 1 left, and that's for our next country. So we're gonna go without spending money today.
So our goal was to see how much we could do in Budapest in 1 day. We're only really down here for about 10, 11 hours today, so we are gonna try to fit in as much as possible. What is behind me is the parliament, and the last time we were here, we actually saw a changing of the guards. So we'll figure out when you can see the changing of the guards at the parliament, and I'll just put it right here so that when you come, you make sure to come at this time. but this is by far one of the most beautiful buildings in all of Budapest. We walked back into the square and immediately I remembered how absolutely remarkable this building is. That was cool. I have no idea what that was or how often it happens, but it was a cool changing of the guards.
Pro tip number 4762. If you need to use the restroom here in Budapest, coast of the coffee shop has free bathrooms. We are headed to the top of the castle, and to get to the top you actually have two options. And the first one is you could take a funicular, and we've had about 50% success rate with funiculars, and if you haven't seen that video or know what I'm talking about, it's right here.
I didn't want to interrupt him while he was talking, but there's a shortcut back there.
Oh, well, we're going back to the shortcut.
How funny would it be if that sign that said shortcut was like a trick for tourists? And there was no shortcut.
A dead end at the top.
Budapest history is actually fairly recent. Buda and Pest were two different settlements for many, many centuries. And in 1849, the first bridge to connect Buda and Pest, which we just walked over, to help expand the economics here in Budapest, because it started to boom in the late 1800s. The Buda Castle had its first findings in the 1200s, but what we see here today, this beautiful Baroque castle behind us, was actually created in the 1800s.
We have made it back from the castle, heading to a restaurant that's got some traditional Hungarian food in there. Let's go. So we're at a restaurant that I can't pronounce, so I'm not even gonna try. We're here for a specific dish that I also can't pronounce. It's right here. A spätzle gnocchi with the sweet cottage cheese, and of course goulash, because it's a beef, potato, and vegetable soup. That's what goulash is. Super tasty, and why it's tasty is because you have to cook the beef in the broth to give it like that fattiness. I'm making Sam try the other one because I'm excited about it, but I want to see her reaction to sweet cottage cheese covered gnocchi.
I don't even know how to describe that. Let me try it again. Okay, I think I know what it is. It tastes like lasagna minus the tomato sauce and the meat. It's like the pasta and the ricotta cheese. I mean, I like the sauce and the meat on lasagna, but it's not bad. It's pretty good. I like that it's like crispy on top, and I always like the crispy bits. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The food at that place was delicious.
Really good.
And I think that the goulash was extra good because there was more meat than anything in there. Now we are full. We've eaten our dinner. It is currently 4 o'clock and getting dark, and we are headed to a ruin bar.
So before we go to the ruin bar, we thought we would stop at the synagogue, but it is Saturday, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to go into the synagogue because it is for Shabbat. It's beautiful, and if you do come to Budapest, please make sure to check this out because the outside is beautiful. It's supposed to have an incredible memorial for the Holocaust. I guess that means we have to come back. Off to the ruin bar. Okay, this is cool. When you come to Budapest, you have to come to these ruin bars. They're all over the Jewish quarter, but the reason behind these ruin bars is because in the 1900s, after both of the wars, they had a whole bunch of buildings that were emptied in the Jewish quarter. These bar owners decided to come in and take these old abandoned buildings and try to turn them into a bar with a lighter spirit. But this particular one was the start. So Ruin Bar started because of this particular Ruin Bar. It's really cool.
We had our one beer and we wish we could stay longer, but unfortunately we have to head back to our hotel because we have a 6 a.m. flight.
Thank you,
Tell them about the Airbnb because I don't think you told them about it.
Oh, the Airbnb
Fun story.
The Airbnb situation. So lucky us, our Airbnb decided to cancel on us. This time not day of. At least they gave us like a day and a half notice. So we actually got a hotel at the airport, and it was very expensive, but Airbnb customer service is top notch.
Great.
Because they basically compensated the difference and still refunded me the money. So we actually didn't really pay much for this hotel.
That was totally worth the extra time and staying up until 2 a.m. to make sure that we could upload a video today. So thank you, Instagram.
So the 4.5 hours sleep that we got was worth it. But we're gonna close out here for the night, but we will see you tomorrow morning in the lounge.
At 4 a.m. Good night.
So what we wanted to do today was show you how to do Prague in one day. Where are we? What city are we in? A restaurant that's got some very traditional, I almost said Czech food. Where are we at?
How many times have you called Prague? And Nick was doing really weird push-ups while I was talking, so at points I was a little bit distracted because he was doing this. Really windy. My hair is all over the place. Woo! I'm having a very big hair day today. But what you didn't see is that there was this really spicy hot sauce, and Nick went in to smell it, and it burned his nostril.
The inside of my nose was burning. I couldn't breathe.